When you play with the universe, it's like tennis. I go, then the universe goes. Then I respond, then the universe moves. When there's something for me to respond to, then I do and the universe moves. I don't need to think. I know how to be in relationship with this thing that's bigger than me. And I know that the worst thing in the world that I could ever do, which is the worst thing in the world that you could ever do, is think that you have any control. Stop it. Hello, you gorgeous soul. Welcome to an epic conversation that I am out of my mind excited to share with you. So let's not waste any moments and dive right in. I'm a creator, and I know that. And sometimes I wonder if you forget that you are a creator too. It's one of the things that our work delivers you, really remembering that you are the creator, how to co-create with this thing that's bigger than you, what it means to be a conscious woman, operating from a state of creation, not a state of survival, but a state of creation. You're not turning manifestation on and off like a light switch. You're always manifesting. It's the state of who you be and how you play with this thing that's bigger than you that really shifts everything. When you allow yourself to recognize it, right? That you are creating, you are a creator in co-creation with God, universe, source, greater intelligence, whatever it is that you call this thing that's bigger than you and bigger than me and bigger than us. When you really get that you are in co-creation, when you prioritize your relationship with this thing that is bigger than you and bigger than us, I will call it universe, you call it what feels good to you. Everything shifts, everything opens, everything flows. Breathe in with me. Your heart opens, your shoulders drop because you're playing. And when you understand how to play with the universe, it will deliver you more than your illusion of control ever can. So today I'm going to share the story of how I recently played with the universe and manifested my dream home in my dream city. And more importantly, what this story teaches you about being a creator, moving with the unknown, and calling in what is yours. So let me set the scene. If you've been hanging with me for a little while, you probably heard episodes 1.5-ish ago about this gorgeous condo that David and I just renovated in downtown Delray Beach. Our youngest was leaving the nest. We are now officially empty nesters, a couple of years into that game, which doesn't suck, trust me. And so David and I had renovated this incredible condo, and we were living in downtown Delray. We'd been there for about 1.5 years. Now, I want to be clear. I love that condo. I was obsessed. I learned so much. I've done renovations in our prior house before, but this was a full gut reno. Like I was moving walls and pulling out floors, and it was down to the studs, and I was picking every single thing, and it was glorious. And I created something incredible. And let me also say that the move from where we were out west in suburbia to downtown Delray was the best energetic decision that we have ever made. Downtown Delray Beach is the best place on earth, okay? It is a vortex. The beach is less than a mile away from pretty much anywhere because it's about a 2-mile radius walking city with the best everything, the best restaurants, the best stores, the best practitioners, the best workout places, the best wellness studios, right? I am so obsessed with living in downtown Delray, I will never leave. Okay. I never even know where my car is because I walk everywhere. Like we're giving my car back in a couple months when the lease is up because I just don't need it. So we're living in this gorgeous condo that we renovated. And about 1.5 years in, David is expressing that he's just not loving the condo as much as he thought, like condo living, right? And he definitely wasn't loving the condo as much as I was. When it was just the two of us, it was great. But when the girls were home, right, we have 3 daughters in college and various levels of college, there really wasn't enough space. The girls weren't coming around as much as we had hoped they were. And when they did, it just didn't feel aligned. And David was really, really feeling that and starting to express he wants a house again. You know, he wants more space for the girls to be able to feel comfortable and come around more often. So while he's experiencing that, something interesting that I was experiencing was I was starting to crave separation from working inside the house, right? So I have worked inside the house since I started this company in 2017, and I started craving this need for like a physical, energetic separation from working inside the house. So I was starting to visualize, like, what does that mean? And what would I do? We're in a condo. So like hosting you, beautiful souls, right? Whether it's VIP days or, you know, small group experiences, I was starting to visualize and really crave and, you know, feeling that like bubbling in my heart of this space that would be mine for us. So I was starting to look at like in shopping plazas in Florida, I was starting to look at storefronts, right? Because maybe I would get a 800 square foot storefront and I would build something out like that, you know, because right now when you would come in town for a VIP intensive, we would go to a gorgeous hotel and it's lovely, but it's not nearly the same as me having my own location, right? So that's going on for me while the other thing's going on for David. And then David says to me, maybe we sell the condo and go back to the old house. Okay. So we still own our house in suburbia, the one that we moved out of when we became empty nesters. It's beautiful. It's on a lake. It's out west in suburbia. And I have to tell you, because this is part of what I want you to take from this. The moment he made that suggestion, my entire body went, oh, fuck no. Okay, like this is also important because you're getting more profoundly skilled at your interoception, which means your ability to perceive what's happening inside your body. And my body was like, nope. Since being in downtown Delray, it has and continues to have the most massive impact on me energetically. And I can never, and I will never not live in downtown Delray. So I love my husband and I want his needs to be met. And he's expressing that he's not getting his needs met in the condo, right? And I love myself and I want my needs to be met. So going back out west was an absolute no for me. So I said, okay, so I want space to run the company outside of being in the house. David wants to get a house again. I am never leaving downtown Delray. Wahahaha. And I start playing like mad scientist games with the universe, right? So you, me, and all of us, we are always manifesting based on who we be. Okay. So I need to say this to you. There's so much coming through right now. You don't start manifesting. You're always manifesting. Which is why who you be and your energetic signature is so essential in all of the different areas of life, which is why at the School of Becoming, we specialize in neuroidentity evolution, right? The evolution of your identity, the level of your nervous system. Because if you're just trying to figure shit out in the moments where you're constricted or hemorrhaging or having a problem, then you're not actually changing at the root, right? Experiencing a different version of yourself that operates from a higher level of consciousness that understands what it means to be a conscious leader, like actually in practical application, day in and day out, and how who you be and how you move about the world and how you show up in the world, micro moment, day to day, and in and out. That's what's creating your reality all the time. Okay, so we're manifesting all the time. And there are times where you can really turn up that manifestation when you are zeroing in on a certain desired result, right? Where you can get really specific and intentional so that you can see what's going to happen next. Okay, now notice the tone of my voice because I know you can hear the smile on my face if you're not watching me right now when I say what's going to happen next. Because part of this is about like actually shifting your relationship with the unknown, not bullshitting yourself and giving lip service. Like, I love the unknown, but then freezing up and not taking risk and not moving your ass and letting fear lead. It's actually loving the unknown because it is not a scary place. It's a magnificent fucking place that is filled with nothing but pure possibility and potential. And you need to get profoundly better at playing there, right? So I have no idea what's going to happen next. And that's the place that I manifest from, right? Loving the unknown is the only way to live and create. So I sat with that, right? And I said, okay, Queen, what you got? And this is how I have a relationship with greater intelligence in the universe, right? So I'm like, okay, what do you got? And here's what I want. I want a home with enough space to build a separate casita or a she shed, right? I want to be walkable to my current downtown neighborhood. I want something with character, like not a vanilla cookie cutter house. I don't want to live in a gated community because in South Florida, gated communities are everywhere and I didn't want that. And I sat with it and I started to imagine it and I started to feel it. And on my walks, which are almost daily, I started walking through the surrounding neighborhoods, mixing in with my beach walk days and just feeling into it, not forcing, not grasping, not trying to make it happen, just playing. Wouldn't that be awesome? What if that could be? And what if this, and just in that total play space, right? And all the while, right, I'm kind of doing this with myself. I'm not telling David any of it. And then he comes to me again. He's getting a little bit antsy as the time is going by about like, hey, do we want to move back to the house? We have renters in there. Like, what do you want to do? And then I was like, okay, it's time for me to move. It's time for action to happen because again, my body was like, we're not doing that. Okay. So I called Patrick, my realtor, who actually helped us get the condo that, was amazing. And I said, I need you to take me out to see some houses in the area so that I can understand like the housing situation downtown. Because when we moved to Delray, I wasn't looking for a house. So I could tell you about condos and townhouses, but I had no idea what the housing situation was like. And the thing about downtown is you are downtown until you're not. So if you go a few too many streets north or a few too many streets west, you're in suburbia again. And then what's the fucking point, right? So he was like, yes, of course, I can actually take you out tomorrow. Look at that. I could take you out tomorrow. Let me pull some places to show you kind of the area and give you an education. Because I said to him, I don't know what I don't know. And I want to know, right? So note this, I moved my ass. I knew nothing about what was going to happen or not happen. And I took action and I moved. Okay. So now we're getting ready to go the next day to check out houses. So that night before, I'm laying in bed on my laptop and I'm playing around on Zillow and I'm typing things in. And there she is on Zillow. Okay. I come across this house that has a second little house on the property. And my body starts to have the feeling that I know is the feeling because I know my body. And I nudge David. He's next to me in bed. He's like half asleep. I'm like, look, babe, look, what do you think about something like this? Right? He like is pretty much not interested. And he makes a comment, like looks at my screen and he looks at me and he's like, do we really need all that? And I don't want stairs. I want a bedroom on the first floor. To which I say, whatever, just go back to sleep. I'll handle this. I'll let you know when it's done. Like, I'm not available for whatever you've got going on. So let me and the universe just take care of this, right? So I shoot the listing to Patrick and I said, hey, can you add this to our showings for the morning? Well, my friend, short story short, I moved into this dream home in my dream city 3 days ago. From when I am recording this episode, January 8th of 2026, I moved into this dream home that I'm sitting in. I am looking out this window, staring at this stunning, huge mango tree that I believe is as old as the guest house. So 1938. Maybe the mango tree was put in there in the 40s. Okay. This dream home is a half a mile from where the condo was, off the same street. I'm talking a 10-minute walk, like I walked to get coffee this morning. 10-minute walk off the same street, same neighborhood, no gate, no HOA, homeowners association. If you know what an HOA is, you know what a big deal this is, which means no rules, nobody to pay every month for no reason. Like we can do what we want, when we want, on the property, anytime. And that little house is a guest house that was built in 1938. And guess what? That guest house is ours, as in yours and mine. It is exclusively being used for the School of Becoming. And it is going to be called the Becoming House. It will have a luxurious guest room, my office, and a charming, incredible space for retreats and VIP days and in-person workshops, and a little space in the back of the guest house for a rage area. Yes, really. And an outdoor space under the mango tree where we can sit and have elevated conversation under the stars. Are you fucking kidding me? This is what the universe gave back to us. Now, allow me to explain, okay? Because it wasn't like, oh, and then it was just like seamless. No, because that's not how it works. There was a stack of external third dimensional things that popped up along the way that could have all taken this off the table, okay? Could have all made it a non-reality. We had to sell the condo to be able to get the house, right? So there were so many moments where we didn't know if the condo would sell. So we had offers that came in and then fell through. People that would come back like 4 times, bring their family, all these things, and then not make offers. Was I worried? No. We had mortgage hiccups, approvals, denials, different lenders, that whole world, right? Was I thinking about it? No. The beautiful seller of this home that we bought was really scared and didn't feel good with change. So there was some fear and some vacillation. His parents gave him this house. He built the main house. He was living in that guest house on a huge property of land, and he built the main house, right? So, of course, side note, I talked to him about change and safety in his nervous system and grief of leaving a place that his parents built. And he sweetly said, oh, this is so helpful. You should do this for a living, to which I laughed because he didn't know what I did for a living. And while all this is going on, David actually asked me at one point when everything was up in the air, like we had just had no idea. And there was a window of time that if we didn't sell the house by a certain date, then we were not going to get this house. And David asked me at one point when everything was up in the air, so like, are you good? What do you think about all this? And I said to him, I'm not thinking about it at all. There's nothing to think about. Stay here with me. I wasn't thinking about it at all. I was playing my role. When you play with the universe, it's like tennis. I go, then the universe goes. Then I respond, then the universe moves. When there's something for me to respond to, then I do and the universe moves. I don't need to think. I'm playing. I know how to be in relationship with this thing that's bigger than me. And I know that the worst thing in the world that I could ever do, which is the worst thing in the world that you could ever do, is think that you have any fucking control. Stop it. Take a breath with me right now. Breathe in through your nose and give me an audible sigh and shake your arms out, okay? Control is an illusion. So I was like, no, I'm not thinking about it at all. Like, actually, I'm doing a litany of other things that I have on my plate, okay? As I proceeded to say, if it's ours, it's ours. That's the thing about actually moving through the world with embodied trust. If it's ours, it's ours. I don't need to control anything, which is also fucking miraculous. Because let's take a moment here of honor, a moment for the proof of work, my work. Because if you knew me years ago, I was the president and founder of Control Freaks Anonymous. I was a maniac. Okay, I was a maniac. So the fact that I'm sitting here having this conversation with you, sharing what I'm sharing, it's just proof of who you've been, is zero indication of who you're capable of becoming. That's one of my fabulous quotes, by the way. So at one point, Patrick even jokingly said, my realtor, you're so chill. Can you teach all my clients to be this way? Right? So actually in that moment, I gave him a little teaching that I'm going to give to you. And I said, yeah, it's called detached involvement, right? When you're deeply involved, you're taking action, you're moving, but you're not attached at all to how it unfolds. You trust, you play, you allow, and if it's yours, it's yours. Okay. So let me break down kind of the gifts, the lessons, the wisdom, the point of this story for you outside of it being a super fun story that I wanted to share. Number 1, you must be willing to play in the unknown and love it. Love it. Not fear it, not tolerate it, love it. Because the unknown is where all creation happens. If it was known to you, it would already be your reality. The unknown is where your her lives. The unknown is where everything you're working so damn hard for exists. And if you try to control and manage and predict every outcome, you're not creating. you're surviving. Number 2, you must move. None of this would have happened if I didn't take action and take action again and take action again and take action again. I didn't just visualize and hope. I walked neighborhoods. I called the realtor. I looked at houses. I sent the listing. I moved. I had conversations. Action is the bridge between vision and manifestation. Let's say that again. Action is the bridge between vision and manifestation. You cannot just sit on your meditation cushion and expect the universe to deliver. You have to meet it. You have to move. Here's the rule of the universe. When you move, I move. Here's the rule of God, the rule of greater intelligence, the rule of source. When you move, I move. As soon as you move, then the universe knows where we're going and it knows how to play with you. Number 3, you must open your heart and go big with your desires. Like the seemingly impossible shit, right? I didn't play small. I didn't say, well, maybe just a little bit more space would be nice. I got specific. I felt it. I called it in, right? And the universe delivered. Not even just what I asked for. You guys, I came to find out that Delray has recently put in a rule that you can't even build a shed or any small structure on your property anymore, which means the only way for me to have achieved what I was imagining had to be pre-done like this, right? Number 4, you must visualize and feel it deeply in your body. Feel it deeply in your body. This isn't a mental exercise alone. It's embodied. I felt what it would feel like to have a space for me to work from, to serve you, to invite you to join me in, to host you, right? I felt what it would feel like to live in these neighborhoods as I walked the street. I felt what it would be like to have all the girls home and then forward thinking when they have children running around in this yard. Your body is the portal to manifestation, which is why if you stay disconnected from your body, you're fucked. I love you. It just is what it is. Your body is the portal to manifestation, not your mind. So you have to feel and feel and feel and feel it in your heart until the joy radiates from your cells and the appreciation for it already being yours oozes out of you. And the sides of your mouth are going up and you don't even realize you're smiling and tears run out of your eyes because it's so fucking real. Teaching your body what it feels like now to have the thing that's in your vision. Number 5. Detached involvement is key. Deeply involved, taking action, calling it in, but completely detached, not controlling, not forcing. You trust if it's yours, it's yours. If it's not, great. Something better is on the way. Yes or yes? Okay, good. You are the creator, not sometimes, not when you're in the zone, not when unicorns are in your backyard, always. You're creating right now based on who you be, what you believe, and how you move through the world. And if you're not loving your reality and you're not loving what you're creating, then change who you're being. Because that's the work. That's the becoming. And when you step into that, when you operate from a state of creation, when you play with the universe with open-hearted trust and detached involvement, everything becomes possible. You will blow your own damn mind. The becoming house. Like every time I think about it, I cry. This beautiful, beautiful, beautiful space. It's mine. It's ours. She is charming. You can feel the energy of all of the history and the people that have been in and out of this space since 1938. Oh, I can't wait. Now, because she was built in 1938, I have a bit of foundation work to do and getting her ready for her big reveal, right? But when she's ready, you will know, and you will be able to book in for one-to-one VIP days, intimate multi-day retreats. I have all these ideas about creating really bespoke, specific results, right? So that you know, okay, that retreat's for me, that retreat's for me. Epic elevating workshops, special events where I feature other impact makers. It's going to be extraordinary, and I can already sense the bigness of it for me and for all of you. Thank you for being with me today. And until next time, remember, there is always more love. Mwah.